The bell rang sharply, cutting through the chatter and laughter that filled the corridors of Greenwood International College. It was a school brimming with energy, life, and the melting pot of cultures that only Lagos could provide. But today, something different hung in the air. A buzz of anticipation. Rumor had it that a new student was joining, not just any student, but one from Korea. As the whispers reached fever pitch, the mysterious boy stepped through the gates. Jun Kim stood there, tall and striking, his jet-black hair glinting under the Nigerian sun. His eyes scanned the unfamiliar environment, a mix of curiosity and nervousness flashing in them. His crisp white shirt clung to his lean frame, already damp from the heat, and he adjusted his glasses, feeling the weight of the stairs. Greenwood International College was about to change forever. From the moment June walked into the classroom, he became the center of attention. Eyes lingered on him longer than he liked, and whispers followed him like shadows. "Chai! Nah, the new guy be that?" A girl murmured to her friend, trying to get a better look. "Abi hide film K-drama for here?" June felt the weight of their curiosity but maintained his quiet composure. Back in Seoul, he was just another face in the crowd. Here, he was an exotic enigma. At lunch, he sat alone, picking at the meal his mother had packed for him. He missed home, his friends, the bustling streets of Seoul, and the comfort of understanding every word spoken around him. Here, the world felt alien. Just as he began to retreat into his thoughts, a soft voice broke through. "Hey, you day okay?" He looked up to find Aisha standing before him. Her warm brown eyes sparkled with a mix of curiosity and kindness. Yes," June stammered, his thick accent adding an endearing quality to his response. Aisha smiled and sat down. "No mind these people. Dem go always gossip, but no mean say dem wicked. My name na Aisha. Wetin be your name?" "June," he replied, trying to mimic her cadence. Their conversation was slow but genuine, filled with laughter, as Aisha patiently explained some pidgin phrases. By the end of lunch, June felt a small glimmer of hope. Maybe this place wouldn't be so bad after all. Over the weeks, June and Aisha grew closer. She became his guide to Nigerian culture, and he introduced her to Korean traditions. Their bond deepened, and soon, the teasing whispers around school turned into speculative murmurs. "Abi June de toast Aisha? Na lie, she no fit leave Naija boys for am." Despite the talk, Aisha and June found comfort in each other. She introduced him to jollof rice, puff puff, and suya, laughing as he struggled with the spice. In return, he taught her Korean phrases and how to use chopsticks. But their growing closeness didn't go unnoticed by everyone. Samuel, the school's star athlete and Aisha's longtime admirer, grew jealous. One afternoon, Samuel cornered June in the hallway. "Guy, wetin you dey do with Aisha? She no be your mate. I beg carry your Korean swag kamat for here." June, not fully understanding the words but sensing the hostility, replied softly, "Aisha is my friend." Samuel scoffed, his pride bruised. "Friend? Oga, stay your lane. Nanaija we day." The tension with Samuel only made June retreat further, but Aisha wouldn't let him push her away. One evening, as the sun set over the city, they sat by the school's garden, the air heavy with the scent of hibiscus flowers. "You dey fear Samuel, Abi?" Aisha asked, her voice gentle but firm. June hesitated, then nodded. "I don't want problem." Aisha reached for his hand, her touch sending a jolt through him. "Life no be about avoiding problems, June. Sometimes you gats fight for wetin dey important." June looked into her eyes, his heart pounding. "You are important." The words hung between them, heavy with meaning. Slowly, Aisha leaned in, her lips brushing his in a kiss that was both tender and electric. For the first time since arriving in Nigeria, June felt a sense of belonging, here with her. Their romance wasn't without its challenges. One day, a teacher caught them holding hands behind the school's library. The gossip spread like wildfire. "Dem say Aisha and that Korean boy de kisso. Nawa, she no fit leave her own people?" The scrutiny was intense, but Aisha stood by June, her defiance only making him fall deeper for her. "Dem fit talk wetin dem like. Me I no send," she said, squeezing his hand. The cultural exchange day was meant to bridge gaps, but not everyone was ready to embrace it. As June showcased the elegance of his hanbok and taught a few Korean phrases, some students, led by Chidi, the notorious troublemaker, snickered in the corner. "Wetin dis guy want teach us Seth?" Chidi jeered, his voice cutting through the laughter. "Make go back him country." Samuel, now caught in an inner conflict, shot Chidi a warning glare. He may have had his differences with June, but something about the way Chidi mocked him didn't sit right. Despite the tension, the day proceeded with an air of unity. June attempted Afrobeat dances, struggling but laughing along with his classmates. Aisha beamed with pride, watching him break barriers with each awkward step. The turning point came when Chidi and his crew disrupted the event. They snuck in bottles of alcohol, starting a brawl when a teacher tried to confiscate them. June, caught in the chaos, tried to calm things down. Chidi, emboldened by the crowd, grabbed June by his collar. "You think say you fit come here and steal our girls, Abi? Omo, you know Sabi wet and we dey carry for here." A swift punch landed on June's jaw, sending him stumbling. The crowd gasped. Aisha rushed to his side, her voice trembling with anger. "Chidi, stop this madness." Before more harm could be done, Samuel stepped in, shoving Chidi back. "You don't craze? Leave am alone." The violence left the students shaken. Teachers ended the event early, but the damage had been done. June's face was swollen and his spirit was bruised. The fight spread rumors faster than wildfire. Chidi and his crew were suspended, but the school's hallways buzzed with mixed opinions. "Na June Kazam, why him no just stay him lane? Chidi na animal, why him dey find trouble up and down?" June, already overwhelmed, felt the weight of every whispered word. He began avoiding people, including Aisha, believing her life would be easier without him. Aisha, however, wasn't one to back down. She stormed to June's house one evening, determined to set things straight. "June," she said firmly, her eyes blazing with frustration, "why you dey behave like say na only you dey suffer? This no be the time to run." June looked at her, his voice cracking. "I don't belong here, Aisha. I make things worse for you." She grabbed his hand, her voice softening. "You belong with me. No matter what and dem talk, we go face am together." As tensions simmered, Chidi plotted his revenge. Humiliated by Samuel's intervention, he decided to teach both Samuel and June a lesson. One night after a football practice, Samuel walked home alone, the streets eerily quiet. Suddenly, Chidi and his gang ambushed him, armed with sticks and knives. "You think say you be hero, Abai?" Chidi snarled, landing a blow to Samuel's stomach. The beating was relentless, leaving Samuel bloodied and unconscious. Chidi's crew scattered as the sound of approaching footsteps echoed in the distance. News of the attack rocked the school. Samuel survived but was hospitalized with a broken rib and internal injuries. June visited him, guilt weighing heavily on his shoulders. "I'm sorry," June whispered, tears streaming down his face. "If not for me, this wouldn't happen." Samuel, his voice weak but steady, replied, "This no be your fault, June. People like Chidi go always find reason to hate, but no let them win." Fueled by guilt and anger, June decided he couldn't stand by any longer. He began learning self-defense from a local gym, his quiet determination masking the storm brewing inside him. Aisha worried for him. "June, violence no go solve anything. You go only make things worse." But June had made up his mind. "I won't start a fight, Aisha, but I won't run anymore." Meanwhile, Chidi's actions caught the attention of the school authorities and even local law enforcement. But Chidi, unrepentant and reckless, planned one final move to assert his dominance. The confrontation came during the school's end-of-year party, an event meant to celebrate unity and achievements. Chidi and his gang, despite their suspension, crashed the party, armed and ready to make a statement. June, now more confident and prepared, stood his ground when Chidi approached him. "Na you again," Chidi sneered. "You no day tired to embarrass yourself?" June, his voice calm but firm, replied, "I'm not afraid of you, Chidi." The tension snapped like a taut string. Chidi lunged, but this time June was ready. The two clashed in a violent fight, their struggle drawing a horrified crowd. Despite his training, June was outnumbered. Just as things seemed bleak, Samuel, still recovering, arrived with a group of classmates. They intervened, breaking up the fight and forcing Chidi's gang to retreat. The aftermath of the fight left scars, both physical and emotional. Chidi was expelled and his gang faced legal consequences. June, though hailed as a hero by some, felt the weight of everything he'd endured. As his time in Nigeria came to an end, June prepared to say goodbye. At his farewell party, he stood before his classmates, his voice trembling with emotion. "I came here scared and alone, but you showed me friendship, love, and strength. Thank you." When it was Aisha's turn to speak, her voice broke. "June, you don't teach me say love no get boundary. I no go ever forget you." That night, under the starry Lagos sky, June and Aisha shared one final kiss, a bittersweet promise of what could have been. Months later, Aisha received a package from Korea. Inside was a hanbok, a traditional Korean fan, and a letter. Dear Aisha, every day I think of you. Nigeria changed me in ways I never imagined. I hope one day we can meet again. Until then, remember me not as the boy who left, but as the one who loved you. June. As Aisha folded the letter, her phone buzzed with a message from Samuel. Aisha, we need to talk. Chidi's out. He's looking for revenge. Aisha's heart raced. She looked out the window, clutching June's letter. This wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. June's letter lingers in Aisha's trembling hands, while Samuel's ominous message leaves an air of uncertainty. The questions hang heavy in the air. Will June and Aisha's paths cross again? What dangers lie ahead with Chidi's thirst for revenge? And how will Aisha, Samuel, and the rest of the school navigate the chaos left in June's wake? This is not just the end of a chapter. It's the beginning of a storm that will test the bonds of love, friendship, and resilience. What do you think will happen next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Also, like and share how you feel about June and Aisha's story. Should June return to Nigeria? How should Chidi's revenge play out? Stay tuned for part 2, where love will be tested, secrets will unfold, and danger will strike in ways no one expects.